Hey, what's going on, everyone? Aaron Murray here with another Snaps edition of the Quarterback Breakdown. Today, we're going to last night's game. We're recording this early Friday morning before I hit the road to South Carolina. Shedeur Sanders, Colorado, taking on North Dakota State. And good game, very good game. Colorado still got some things they got to work out, especially on the defense. But Shedeur was freaking awesome. Looked like a top 10 NFL draft pick. One of the best quarterbacks to be coming out of the draft this year. So let's dive into the tape, watch it, break down the good, the bad. Going to be honest with you guys with everything that we see here this afternoon. Appreciate everyone jumping in with us. Like, subscribe. We're going to be putting out a bunch of these throughout the weekend from some of the top quarterback plays throughout the country. And I apologize, I'm outside. I had to drop my kids off at my parents' house. Wife's out of town for a wedding. I got to go to a game to go cover it, South Carolina. The kids are up, so I'm kind of outside trying to make this thing happen. So bear with me if you hear some birds chirping or dogs barking in the background. All right, let's get to it. First play of the game. They're just going to go by 4-by-1 here. You do this all the time with your top receiver. You want to get your number one guy backside one-on-one. If you get a one-on-one coverage, you're going to take it. Usually have some sort of option where he can maybe run a hitch, a slant, a go route, depending on the coverage from the DB. But if you get a 2-on-1, it's kind of dead. You don't really want to throw that with the safety over top. You like your numbers to the field. Just take the completion. Being nitpicky on the bubble to the number 4 receiver. Just throw it in front. Don't make him turn behind. For those who watched the Haynes King video the other day, you know what that does to a receiver. Comparing him to DJU. So good completion, good start to the game for Colorado. A lot of pass plays, a lot of really advanced concepts that we're going to be getting into on this one, which is always fun for me to break down. All right, this is something they like to do a lot. We saw it with Georgia Tech. We're going to see it throughout this game a handful of times, 4 or 5, maybe 6 times. Just a triple option. It's their way to run the triple option from the gun. You're going to read the defensive end. If he comes in at all and you feel like you can get around him, you're going to pull it, and it's a 2-on-1 where you can run it as the quarterback. If not, you can throw it to the receiver. If he gets upfield, then you just hand the football off. And I think pretty much, I would say the majority of the ones in this game, Shedeur ends up pulling it and throwing it to the receiver in the flat. Kind of going back to what we talked about in the first play of the game. Just would like to see a little bit more accuracy in some of these throws throughout the ball game. Makes his receiver turn a little bit. Ball was a little bit late. Now I'm going to be nitpicky. I'm not going to get on these guys, but I'm sure he's going back and watching the film today as well and going to be nitpicky himself. Just some of those RPO throws could have been a little bit more accurate. All right, we're going to get a star concept. They ran this twice. Once now, no time in the second half. We're going to get a star concept, or at least what I would call it. We call it star concept. You're going to get some sort of flat control with the motion. You're going to get a corner route, and then you're going to get just a sit-down route where he can break out first man or sit first zone. And then to the boundary, you're going to get slant. So really cool. I mean, it's a great concept. Full field read. Love it. And as soon as this linebacker gets out of here, look at the space. Unless this safety feels fast, you're going to have an opportunity just to, catch it and rip it. And, say this guy's leverage was inside and he just would not let him go, then you come to number 2. So it's just a 1-2 read. If you like the numbers to that side, he does, catches it, accurate throw, bam, receiver takes the contact, keeps going. Great job. They complete it the second time as well, as we'll get to later in the game. This is the first touchdown of the game. All hitches, just hitch. Everyone's running a hitch route, about 6-yard stop, 6-yard stop, 6-yard. And, key is just always, as always, just throw on time in rhythm. Get the ball to your hand, allow the receiver to catch it. Ball's out. Maybe it could have been a hair bit earlier, a little bit hair bit. Charles does a good job catching it, a little separation. You give that so much separation to arguably the best athlete in the country, he's going to make you look silly. So maybe could have been a bit quicker with the throw from Shedeur, just once again being a little nitpicky here, but accurate football, gave his receiver an opportunity to catch it, space before him and the defender, go out there, make a play, touchdown for Colorado. We'll be saying that a lot throughout this recording this morning. All right, this is just a horrendous job by the defense. And I remember even in North Dakota State's head coach at some point was getting interviewed think maybe been after the first quarter, and he's like, we have to get a high safety in the middle of the field. So it's just going to be, it could have been double post and single high. He breaks it off because you don't really want to run double post across the safety. And then you got a big post over here. Really, I think Shedeur, what he's trying to do is move this safety because he knows it's single high, or excuse me, this linebacker this way to throw the dig route. Like, I really, truly believe he's trying to move the linebacker in order to throw the dig route because he's like, oh, single high safety, chance of throwing a post are pretty slim. And you can see his eyes. I mean, his eyes are working to push this guy this way. Does a great job to open it. So I'm sure he's thinking, all right, I'm going to hitch and I'm just going to rip this dig route. And he sees this safety right there. And he's probably like, are you kidding me right now? This safety is going to drive on the dig route. I'll take that all day. And green grass for my post route over the top. So, like I say, he just lucked into this one, but just bad defensive play by the safety. He needs to be back there. You take the dig. Good job of Shedeur moving his eyes and said, you come up, and bam, all of a sudden, big touchdown for Colorado. This is this next one, probably one of the more impressive throws of the game. And he had a lot of, that's saying a lot because he had a lot of impressive throws. You're going to get someone trying to get a clear route. You're going to get a deep cross. You're going to get a shallow. So this guy's got to go. This single receiver, he's got to get out of there. He's got to try to clear this guy out, hopefully clear the safety out. And then you're going to try and hopefully high-low the linebacker. Let me try to clear some of these lines up for y'all. High-low the linebacker. The problem is it's cover two, so not great because, he can get depth. He can settle. Your crosser is going to have to kind of sit and replace for zone. And you're probably going to come down to him. From the start, this doesn't look great. Your receiver's getting banged up over here. This is not really clearing out anything. This linebacker's getting depth right now. In my mind, I'm probably thinking, okay, I'm going to come down to my shallow, just take it, put it on one of his shoulders, let him sit down, catch it, get what he can get. And Shedeur throws in apps. I mean, look at the window. This is the window. That's the window right there. This is NFL stuff right here. That's a dime. Dime of a throw from Shedeur. This is really another impressive play. They're going to have an RPO with two hitches up top. So you're going to get a hitch and a hitch. And obviously RPO run pass option, you can hand it off if you like the look. You can throw it if you don't. And I'm going to try his read key. Yeah, so his read key is this guy right here. He triggers. He's just going to want to throw that hitch. The problem is when he goes to try and throw this inside hitch, that guy's in his face. So he's trying to figure out how to maneuver around him. And instead of just trying to force it where the ball gets tipped, he retreats, and actually gets to his number two receiver, which is the number one guy on the outside. So I thought this was just really impressive of, buying a split second, something else we'll get throughout this game, buying a split second to allow his receiver enough time and then accurate throw. I mean, on his back foot, throws it to the sideline, allows this guy to catch it. It's not a big gain, but like could have been a 0-yard gain. And his athleticism allows him to kind of retreat a little bit and be able to get something. Not a lot here. One-on-one the outside, takes a shot. Just really good coverage. Nothing much you can do there as a quarterback. Good coverage defensively. I think it's fooled on this play. They North Dakota State did this a bunch where it looks like it's single high safety. You're like, all right, safety. I believe this is the other safety. He's down. So, all right, it's single high safety. I'm going to go to my one high reads. They end up going cover two. So he goes here. This corner is responsible now for this half of the field. He's going to get to the flat. You got flat control there. So it's some sort of inverted two. And I just think he was thinking one here. It ends up, he should be working the middle of the field. I believe they have some sort of concept where it's dig and, control that. Yeah, right there, which is perfect for cover two. I mean, you got all this area right here, middle of the field. Bam, you go 1, 2, ends up hitting him on the top. Like I said, I think he just got fooled with the coverage going to too high here. Ends up getting the sack. All right, this is the start of the 2-minute drill. Man, they did not have the ball a lot there in the first half. always the key with the 2-minute drill, just get the first completion. Just get the first completion, get the ball going. Last thing you want is a sack, a penalty, an incompletion. Just get the ball out, get the momentum, and get the train moving down the tracks a little bit. Here, it's a tricky spot. I mean, you're at the 2-yard line. You don't want to take a sack. A holding penalty in the end zone turns into a safety as well. So just get it out. Get it out. Get it out. And like I said, get the train moving a little bit. So I thought this was really mature of him. Yes, everyone's dropping. Let me just get the ball to the running back out of the backfield, get positive yards, get out of my own end zone, and let's move on to the second play. So really, really good, heads up play there from Shedeur. Shedeur. Incompletion here, but I love the subtle slide. We talk about his pocket movement right here. Feels the pressure a little bit to the inside, knows that he wants to throw that outside curl route to his number one receiver here on the outside, and just moves subtly in the pocket. Bam, one little move. He's good base, feet are underneath him. He's ready to rip it and throws a very accurate pass. Guy's got to be able to get his feet down. You got to get your feet down. Ball's out of bounds. That's on the receiver, not the quarterback. Once again, great pocket movement here. A lot going on, pressure in his face. Gets outside, throws a great football to the outside. Receiver's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. All right, here we're going to get another that 2 invert look. So, I mean, right here, good job. You see this safety running like, oh, it's single high, but really he's running to get this half. He's running to get this half. He needs to get over here and get this, flat control. Shedeur ends up throwing it out here because, he's just, no one's out here. I get it. No one's out here. I think if you could have gone back and said, okay, let me replay this play again, this safety's hauling ass out here. He's over here. Look at the middle of the field. Look at the middle of the field. And they'll come back and take some shots down the middle of the field, I think, on this drive and throughout the game because they keep running this, this too high coverage. But the middle of the field is just, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's no one there. Touchdown. But takes the completion. No one's out there on the receiver as well. Don't hate it. Boom. Guy needs to get out there to the flat. I think something too that, I put on my notes for later in the game when he hit one of these as well is I just don't think this defense is used to quarterbacks with the arm strength to throw the ball to the field as well as Sanders does. So they're not really flying out there to get to the flat coverage. Like we talked about in last week's video, most teams will just single up the what we call the Z receiver to the field because, throwing from the hash to the field in college is a long way away. And it takes a quarterback with great accuracy, timing, anticipation, and obviously arm strength. And I'm sure, no disrespect to the FCS, they're not seeing quarterbacks make that throw as often. So they're not, like I said, in a hurry to really get out there and make a play. All right, let's go to the next play. I think they end up actually going back and calling. This is the same play as they ran before. So you're going to get down the middle. You're going to get some sort of inside slot and then a hitch route. And, too high safety, middle of the field's wide open. Does he throw this? No, he doesn't. This is the one where I think he could have thrown it. If he wanted to, I would have loved to see him actually just launch this football. Let's go back. And you got the coverage right here. You got your receiver on a linebacker. He's way off the hash. This guy is, he ain't making a play. I'm throwing this football right here. Right here. Just throw it. You got speed on slowness. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. He wants to. You see him. And I don't know if this safety scared him or not, but you got all this green grass here. Just layer it over here. Allow your guy to run underneath it and make the play. Instead, runs around, and just throws it away. All right, this is his toughness right here. Nothing really to diagram, just not great protection. And look at this, just settles. He knows he's going to get hit, knows it, feels it, and still throws a dart. Over and over again, you see the cojones on this man. Woo! this is once again same thing. We're gonna get some sort of scissors concept. So you're gonna get flat control by one of these guys, and then you're gonna get a post route and a corner. They're gonna go two high safeties. So middle of the field is just they're just leaving the middle of the field wide open. They're hoping at times the middle linebacker will run underneath it, which he does. I mean, he turns and runs, but he's just so far away. But look at the pocket. That ain't a clean pocket. And these receivers are not in a spot where I want to necessarily throw the football just yet. And he feels the pressure, sits in there, takes a shot. I mean, he can't even follow through. That's awesome. I mean, that's back-to-back plays where he 2-minute drive, sucks it up, moves them down the field 90 yards, about 90 yards, somewhere around there, and gets them a field goal before half. It's as good as you can do in a 2-minute drive. I would have loved maybe to hit one of those big balls down the field earlier versus that two invert look. But still, you take point anytime you get points when you're backed up on your 2-yard line in a 2-minute drill. You're going to take points. Great job, right there. I think we're going to get a little triple option here. Good read, gets outside. That's probably the most accurate ball he had on this play, this game. Obviously easier going to the right than to the left. My next one, they're going to try to just do, just crossing routes, cross, try to get some sort of pick versus man. And, guys end up just running into each other. So nothing's there. It's a lurk coverage. So it's man-to-man coverage. You're going to get a low hole player as the lurker, as a safety, who's just eyeing people, trying to hit someone, come down for the quarterback possibly as well. Nothing's there. Man-to-man, get out of there, use your legs. Good job getting the first down. Just don't take that hit right there. Just slide, get down. The controversial play, the famous Travis Hunter push-off. One-on-one coverage, moves a safety to the middle of the field. You got one of the best playmakers in all of America, one-on-one. Take a shot. This is from the field to throw this into that spot is very impressive. Yes, it was a little bit of a push-off, and they got what they deserved somewhat. A few plays there with interception, which wasn't Shedeur's fault that Travis pushed off. But my dad was saying, ball don't lie, ball don't lie. But it was a push-off. It was a push-off, but still doesn't take away that was an absolute dime of a throw. All right, right here. Let's wind it back real quick. RPO. You're going to be reading this defender right here. You're going to have quick out. As a quarterback, when you pull it for a reason. I mean, you're pulling it. He's settled. Okay? He's settled. So rip it. Right now. Rip it. You throw this ball low and at the goal line. So for keys around in the end zone. Goal line, so front of the end zone, the ball goes low. Back of the end zone, ball goes high. Okay? Just rip this football. Once again, you pulled it out of the belly of the running back for a reason. Throw it to the receiver. It's a catch. It's a touchdown. This guy's expected to essentially shield off to allow this guy to go make the play. So I think this is one that he wants to take back. And this play stinks. Interception. He's going to run a post. He's just going to run a quick out. And the outside corner ends up just tripping. For those who watched it, I mean, he's throwing it on time. He's expecting these two guys to be out of there, and this is an easy touchdown. And this dang DB trips. He trips. Receiver falls down. Ball hits the leg of the DB, bounces up for an interception. This is as kooky can get. I mean, that's just, like my dad said, it was karma for the pass, the push off from Travis a few plays ago. But once again, that's not on Shedeur's fault that Travis pushed off. Don't football karma to the quarterback. That's not fair. That was, like I said, as weird can get. All right, we're going to get another too high safety look here, and these safeties get wide. And you're just going to have your guy running down the middle of the field This is Shedeur's probably just laughing like, really, really, this easy for me? Come on. Once again, look at the pocket movement. I'm gonna roll it back real quick. Just watch his feet in the pocket. Catches it, feels the pressure, then he just move real quick, throws it. Just throw it out there. Throw it out there. Don't make your receiver stop. If he doesn't stop, it's a touchdown. Triple option, good throw. Nothing much to see here. I think they're gonna run it back-to-back plays. Next one, he gets fooled on this next one. Defense ends up finally like, all right, enough. We're gonna kind of fake like I'm coming in, coming out. They had someone for the flare and just showing off his athleticism just to get something out of nothing there instead of taking the negative play. Missed play. Oh, this is unbelievable. Heavy play action. I mean, you want to get one-on-one. Yeah, this almost looks like he's going to go block the safety. So everything to this safety screams run. Heavy downhill. You got the receiver coming at me, almost looking like he's going to block me. And he's going to hit it and kind of take it towards the corner. But Shedeur just has to just play action, ride it in there. He sees the outside leverage right here. And this is just so savvy between him. This is chemistry. This is two guys that have worked together for a long time, understanding football, backyard football, and it's a back shoulder fade to a corner route. That's all it is. It's a back shoulder fade to a corner route. Holds him up. That's not a push off. That's him adjusting to the ball. Catch, touchdown. That's chemistry. That is work. That is dedication, and that's just playing football right there. But great play action. Get the safety down. Get the one-on-one, and then throw the back shoulder for another touchdown to Travis. This is something we diagrammed earlier. It's going to be that star concept to the field. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to motion, corner, sit, flat control, slant. I think the inside receiver, does a really good job of flattening his route off. Make sure to take it flat. Could have maybe been a little bit more of an angle higher, but still protects the throw really well. Catch it, throw it, get north. Good completion. All right, next one, we're going to a little curl flat concept to both sides, which is just not good versus cover two. You want curl flat versus um, single high coverage. You want to work the flat defender. Not really good versus two. So when you do get two, you kind of just eliminate it, which he does a good job of. Eliminate it. Right here, you got defenders for the flat for the curl. You got corners for the flat, but you have no one for the back. Middle linebackers getting out of there on that Tampa 2. So just there's no reason to play around. Get hitch, find the back, get the ball out, bam, take the completion, move on. That's not trying to force a play. We call curl flat, throw curl flat. Guess what? They gave us some sort of too high safety. We don't love it. Let's just find our running back, take the completion, and move on. And this is what we talked about earlier. They're going to do that rotation to cover two again. And I just don't think these guys are. He's going there. He's going there. This guy needs to haul his butt out here. He's got to get to the fight. He's essentially become the new corner. And I just don't think these guys are. He's out there, but do you think they see many quarterbacks throwing the ball from here over here? No. No, I don't even think it's at this. Just the FCS level. I think that's FBS in general. I mean, this goes to why Shedeur is a top 10 NFL draft pick. This is a hell of a throw to the field with a little up and down over the goalpost type feeling for a completion. That's sweet. That's freaking sweet, man. That is really, really damn good. Next one. We just scroll play down. They're going to show a little double A pressure. So I think it's a five-man protection. So left guard, left tackle need to squeeze if they come. Left guard, left tackle. It looks like they Mike ID to the left, which they shouldn't. Let me get this out of here. Roll it back real quick. They should because the running back is right here. They should Mike ID to the right because this guy has to drop with the running back. That's at least what you're thinking. So yeah, I'm gonna go Mike right, Mike right, Mike right, which puts the offensive line on, center has this linebacker, guard him, tackle him. So you're picked up on the right. You take the chance of like if this guy comes, left guard squeezes, left tackle needs to squeeze, and you leave this defender, but this defender should drop with the running back. Someone has to cover the running back. If no one does, then you just throw it to the running back. So I would Mike ID to the right. They look like they Mike ID to the left because the offensive lineman goes left, which you still should, if this linebacker drops, you should be athletic enough as a tackle to pop out to be able to get him. But same thing, at least where your hot is. Shedeur knows that, okay, this is what we've protected. I'm hot to my right and does a good job of retreating and throwing the ball up and over for the completion. I think you could have made it easy on yourself um, at the end of the day. And maybe they declared left because the running back was going to cross face and go to the right as I kind of think about it right now. So, maybe that was the right decision of, yeah, I'm sure that's what it probably was. So, savvy by him. He knew that, hey, we're going to declare left. Back is going to travel across my face. I'm going to be free off this right, this right side, this defensive end. Let me retreat, get the ball up and over. I just think the right tackle could have pushed out once that linebacker dropped. He still could have pushed out to be able to get at least a couple hands on it to make it a little bit of an easier throw for his quarterback. I'm happy we kind of worked through that together as we think about it. It did not cut across my mind earlier when I was watching the tape early this morning, but probably why, because the running back was crossing from left to right there. Um, Notes here, just good ball, better defense. See exactly what it was. Yeah, too high, tries to get the middle of the field, just blanket coverage, good coverage on the back end. Uh, Same thing as we talked about earlier, just going to the left, he just was not as accurate. Yeah, I mean, you got to catch it. Don't get me wrong. I just think you could have put the ball in front of the receiver where he's not having to turn in order to make the catch. Got to be a catch. Just would have been nice to be a little bit more accurate. This is awesome. This is another one of just having that pocket awareness, man. Of he knows pressure's coming to the middle towards the middle. He feels it. He sees it. He sees the middle of the field's open. Like he knows this is open, and I got a dig route coming to the middle. I gotta buy time. Let me retreat. It's all his footwork is so much fun to watch. Let me retreat a little bit, get some more time, and then throw for the first down. Great stuff. Great stuff. They're going to drop 8 here. Nothing really to do. Too high. Tampa 2 with another low hole player. Just use your athleticism, get the first down. Great job by him. Not afraid of contact. I absolutely love that. It's a nice little concept here. Doesn't they defend it well, but they're gonna have a little RPO. You're gonna have an option to throw the slant to the inside or the fade route. He ends up going with the fade. Maybe good on the slant, but I'm fine either way. 1-on-1. I think just better coverage on the outside defensively. I think he wants to. He sees color here, but this is one where probably could have just thrown it back here in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Goes to the 1-on-1. I think makes a good throw. Just better coverage. Let's go to the Travis catch. This is unbelievable. I mean, the throw is good. I wouldn't say. I think that the previous throw was in a better spot for back shoulder fade. They know what they're doing. They know they're throwing back shoulder. Would have loved to see that ball back here, like high and back here. I mean, literally the throw he just made that we just saw. You make that throw, I think it's an easier catch for a touchdown. But that is stupid, unbelievable catch. The body control, the arm, the length. For Hunter to go there and make the catch, that is pretty damn special. Very interesting play calls down the stretch for them, but we'll kind of go through a couple of them. Could have ended the game without all the craziness of getting the ball back, but here I believe this was third down. Nothing really there. Just got to try to figure it out. This is gutsy, but knows that it's I think a linebacker on a receiver and ends up getting the PI. Just the last thing you want to do is a turnover at that point. Um, and then this is unfortunate for him. It's an easy touchdown. I mean, they're selling out. They think they're going to run the football. I mean, why would you not run the football in this situation? But as an offense, you're like, hey, you know what? Let's take a chance. It's one-on-one with a fade. There's no safety. Everyone's in the box. You should be licking your chops that we're going to get an opportunity to throw a touchdown, and my guy blows by him, and you just got to throw it out there. That is well underthrown. Probably I would say his worst ball of the game there, and but they won the football game. So kind of overall, I'll sit back. I'll say it's an A game. I'll give it an A. I would say A plus if he would have hit a couple of those deep shots, been a little bit more accurate, had an opportunity for a couple bigger plays down the field. But overall, footwork is some of the best footwork you'll see in the pocket from any quarterback in the country. Awesome arm strength. Really, really good accuracy. Needs to work on some of those RPOs into the flats, be a little bit more accurate there. And then this toughness, man. He is a tough SOB. Took some shots, delivered some balls down the field, made some big plays when big plays had to happen. 2-minute drive was really impressive. So really good start for Colorado and that offense. And now let's see what the defense can eventually do and see if those guys can get better on that side. We will catch you for another quarterback breakdown here real soon, probably tomorrow morning. Talk to you later.